All right. Listen, man, you're here with your shit talking uncle, and we on the scene, and we helping you learn how to grow. You made it to chapter 1 right here, homegrowmagazine.net, the biggest shit in cannabis. Homegrow Magazine on IG, Homegrow Magazine on Twitter X. We're here today to talk about something super important. We're talking about getting into growing, and it is talking about legality. We're in chapter 1 of the book. Hope you got it. I hope you've written about it and you didn't have your homeboy email it to you, man. Stop being cheap and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hope you went out and actually supported your boy. If not, man, thank you for scanning that scan and just keep scanning the scan and keep scanning the scan and coming back to the YouTube. We'll be good with that too, if that's how you got to get it, my boy, my girl, however. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about legalities, man. So when we're talking about getting into growing and you're talking about becoming a plug for yourself before coming from a connoisseur's perspective, there's a few things you have to understand. Now, I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, and I'm definitely not here to tell you to do anything illegal. But you know what I'm saying? I highly recommend being in a space where you can kind of do these things without having to look over your back. It's just going to free you up in a couple ways we're going to talk about here momentarily. It's going to give you the ability to be a much more stronger grower, a much more better person in the community, much more able to get outreach and help and kind of do things like that. So the first step is going to be, if you're in a legal state, is going to one of these states' websites and getting your grow license. All these websites look the same. They all kind of got the same layout. In the state here where I'm at, I got my grow license. I got my agent badge from working in the industry. And I got, what else I got? I got my medical license, and I got them all on the same page. So you're gonna go to your state's website. You're gonna make sure you meet those requirements. Google the requirements. Wherever state you go, I guarantee you can Google Alaska state growing or home cannabis growing requirements, Montana, Arkansas, wherever you might have. Even though some of those states might not legally have it, I know you can Google it, those states, right? You can check that out. Once you do that and you get all your proper paperwork, it shouldn't take any more than 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours for you to get your information back. You usually get a digital copy of your card, you print it out, you post it up in your grow, you good to go at that point. That's the best way to do it, because that's gonna give you the ability to, one, when it comes to your smells. So when it comes to the smells with your grow, we're all gonna have carbon filters. As you see, I got one going on. That's what that big ducting is right there. Definitely gonna have carbon filters, but at the same time, I got that joint open right now. And man, it's smelling like pineapple gas, man, from that lit pineapple. Wow, shit's gas. That's what it smells like in here right now. So you gotta understand, man, I am a legal state, legal cultivator. If I go outside, want to get something from the store, if I go get the mail, yada, 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 it don't really matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't really matter about the smell getting out. If you're not in that situation, that's something you got to worry about too. Equipment, man. I get most of my equipment. I'm in a small town. And even not being in a small town, we all know the bigger mega people online got the better deals sometimes. But even though we like to support local, and I encourage everybody to support local when they can, sometimes it's just a better deal. We pitching them dollars to go ahead and get online and get it. I hate when a grow company send my shit and on the packages it says what it is. I don't care if I'm legal. I don't care if I'm in a legal state. The UPS, FedEx, delivery person, whoever should not know that this crib is getting that type of stuff. I feel like that confidentiality should be included, but sometimes it's not. So you got to worry about that. You know, you definitely don't want to be somewhere where you're not supposed to be growing. You come home and there's a grow light sitting on you. You know, it might be like one of these companies I know of, and the box will just say, hey, here's your grow light. You know what I'm saying? So you have to worry about those type of things. Getting info and asking questions. Man, you know, when there was a time when I did do these things in a not so kosher area, I used to always be worried about my web browser searches. You know, are people looking at my web browsers? Is, you know, am I being looked at that way? Is some curiosity being piqued there? So, you know, you don't get the reassurance of knowing there's no problem when you're worried about, you know, what's going on with my searches and things like that. But that's where the best information is. The best information is going to be on these forums, on YouTube, watching videos like this, tapping in. And while I mention that, I watch all types of grow videos. This is not the only one you need to watch. So yeah, those are the type of things that are going to be able to make your grow process go a lot better if you're in a legal situation. And then lastly, power. You know, once you start hooking up different power, you know, LEDs and the technology, the way things go now, it makes it pretty big, you know, it makes it pretty easy to, kind of keep a low power bill. it doesn't pull the same way some of the lights back in the day did. So if you're just now getting into growing and you're not familiar, some of the lights from back in the days would get really hot and pull a lot of power. So you would need not only a lot of power to run the light, but a lot of power and to cool off the room from your ACs and running fans and vents and things of that nature. So with the but the technology of using LEDs and grow lights, that has reduced those costs down drastically. But you're still going to see an increase in power usage when you hook up a lot of grow equipment. And you know, you're going to trip breakers like I have in this house. You might have to get an electrician over if you're renting, you tripping breakers and stuff like that, and something goes wrong. You got to think about all those things too. So those are all things to keep in mind when we're talking about legalities of it, man. We encourage you here to do nothing to jeopardize your freedom, but man, go ahead and do things the way you see fit to do them. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow all the videos. This is video 1. This is the legality video, video 1, first chapter of the Home Grow magazines, Confidentially Grown, Becoming the Plug, the Home Grower's Guide for Cannabis. Let's go.